Today is April 19th. It's Wednesday. We're out in the woods, and we came in Saturday, me and my husband, and then Monday our son joined us. This is the progress on the shabby shack, where we have a composting toilet and a solar shower. Still working on it. And you can see our cat in there napping. Hi, Bubbles. This is the view from the road. I've pulled up the poison ivy all through this area. Back there also, where the sun's shining. And down the path to our vehicle, where we're parking at right now. Living in a tent when it's raining. Today is May 6th. And we're going to be cleaning this out today. I think it looks better. Today is May 10th, I believe. And we got the markers up for the driveway. Paperwork is in. And we're just waiting for them to okay it. And I finally got the poison ivy pulled up through here. It's still a lot way down there. But up here, and I've planted a few things. And this is going to be a turtle pond. This is what my son's working on. I am standing underneath the clothesline. And right behind it, it wasn't cleared out. And we've got that done. Back to the old dead tree. And we plan on putting a house where you can see the line at. Still have lots and lots to clean yet, or to clear. Let's go into the woods. I'll show you how beautiful it is. I just love the woods. I know some people love mountains. I love the woods. So yes, we were busted by the building codes, and we have 14 days to get our tents off the property. We went in and talked to them, tried to work something out by putting an RV or a tiny house or something on here, and they would not agree to anything. So we have decided to retreat back into the woods. I'll let you know how that goes. Off-grid, illegal, crazy world. So what we ended up doing is we came down here and we pitched our tents. We also brought this part of the shabby shack. Now I haven't been down here for a while because we do have the RV now. There's the shabby shack. And here's where we had our tents. So we stayed in the tents for a few weeks. Then we went to hotel for a month and a half. And then we have an RV. The RV is actually on the neighbor's property, who lives way down there. You can't even see their house from here. It's about a quarter mile. And then our property from the front door is 10 feet. We'll go to there now. This is the front part of the property, front side I would say, and we've been cleaning this out and making some progress. You can see through things now. I put up these tent tarps for nosy neighbors. When we first got here, we'd have people that would stop right in the middle of the road, put their window down, and stare at us. So this just kind of gives some eyeball protection for us, I guess you'd say. I don't like to be stared at all the time. Hello, it is August 29th, and I'm going to start trying to control this brush pile from clearing the woods. We have done a lot of cutting, chopping of woods, and then we did a lot of stacking, and I'm trying to take care of this piles and piles of brush that we have now. Hello, it is September 27th, and this is the brush pile that will be wood chipped. And you can see now that it is all cleared out. That giant pile. And there's another pile of brush. And another pile. The three brush piles will be wood chopped with a little chopper thing. And this pile here of small trees will be cut up for firewood. But I got this all cleaned out now. And we now have all this seeded with a winter cover. Most of it's come up, except for the last little bit that we seeded. It hasn't rained. As you can see, I still have that large brush pile to do. Back behind it along the property line, that will need to be all pulled out eventually and cleared up. We've done a little bit more since last time I've videotaped. Today is December 1st, 2017, and we have the driveway part done, and we are just waiting on approval. We also changed our signs because I guess having just no trespassing legally isn't enough. You have to have private property also. And I still have the big piles of brush. None of the tree trimmers around here have a chopper. They all take it to the dump and have it burnt, I guess. So we are going to have to rent a chopper and do this ourselves. Hello, it is February 16th, 2018, and I just thought I would do an update. It's been a while. This is what survived the winter so far. And then we planted potatoes back behind it. And we still need to add dirt to the last section. Okay, this bed area, we have put leaves in, and then we put a bunch of dead wood in, and then we started putting in some good dirt that we were purchasing from a nursery in Crawfordsville. So we have a little portion of it done and planted, and hoping that we will actually get some results, because there was something lacking in our soil. And the clay wasn't, you know, clay doesn't do very good for vegetables. And this garden bed is ready for dirt also, which we had layered leaves underneath, and then we put rotten wood in, and then another layer of leaves on top. So it's just ready for dirt now, and we can start planting. And this one has the leaves, and we just started to add a few logs in it. We still need to put a lot more in, and then like the other one, it needs dirt also. During the cold spell we had, we lost the two pineapples I had planted in here. And this section, which we were going to use as a pasture, has become our orchard instead. And we've planted 6 apple trees, 2 apricots, and 1 plumcot. And the Tropic Gold apricot actually bloomed, and it was planted in January, which really surprised us. We also added 2 plum trees and 2 peaches. They're hard to see. They're just about 4 foot, and they haven't leafed out yet. All the strawberries I planted in October died except for 3, so I replaced them last weekend, so they're just now coming up. And as we've been cleaning out the underbrush from the wooded area, we found our neighbors collect their trash in their yard. And then their trash has made it onto our property. And I've been picking it up. What fun. So far I have this big bag. And I need to go get some more bags and start filling those up. And this is where we used to have the tent. And we are making this into a little chicken house. And then over here used to be where the shabby shack was, and that will be for the pigs when it's done. We still have fencing and all that good stuff too. Cool. Can you see? I don't know, can't really see in there, but it goes way back. And actually, the hole goes back behind this tree. Same tree, but a view from the other side. Looky looky, I think I found another spring. This one's going downhill. So it has to come from somewhere. It's got to be a spring. Another one right beside it. I think this is the original one I found first. And here's another one right beside it. Hello, today is March 3rd and I just wanted to show how good the garden's doing. The little garden. Potatoes, green beans, carrots in the back, and peas along the fence. Kale, broccoli, and cauliflower in the back. And we are still eating on our radishes. And I planted some asparagus, and I only had one come up. Hopefully you can see it. I think it was 6 I planted. Let me restate that. 2 more came up. So that's 3 out of the 6. And this is my sad strawberry bed. I planted in October. They all died, except for 3, I thought. But they never came back. I replanted again with, I think it was Lowe's. No, it wasn't Lowe's. It was Walmart's strawberry roots, the bare root. And I only got 1. This made it, that little one there. And then we just went ahead and purchased a strawberry plant. And we actually are getting some strawberries there. The orange tree is going to be full of bloom soon. And my bare root trees that I planted in, see, I planted these in January, are coming to life now. And we've added 3 cherry trees. Here's one. Another bare root tree. This one was just planted a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, real soon. Hasn't been long. And we also added another apricot. And this one was also a new tree we just planted. The same day we planted the cherries. This is a cherry plum. And we have a few blueberries. We planted these blueberries last October, I believe. And this blueberry is still in bloom. That taproot is huge.
Yeah. On it a little bit more. I'm getting the dirt out from under.
So yesterday we had a few stumps removed. And then we took down a few more trees for the driveway. Another apple tree. Another apple tree. And these are now the cherry trees. And the Brooks is our 3rd cherry tree. Here is a plumcot tree. This one here is also an apricot tree. And I do have some chocolate mint growing down. This is the last apricot tree. This front side of the property has all the apples, apricots, and cherries planted in here. And right here, the small little green plants are raspberries, the black raspberries that are coming back. And I do have peas growing up right now. And right here we have blackberries. Blackberry bushes getting ready or coming back. And also the fence has peas growing on it. The blackberries will be blooming soon. 2 Paw Paw trees. There's 1 and 2. 2 little plum trees. Red plum. And this one over here is the Santa Rosa. And this one here is a Sweet Treat Pluerry, which is a cherry and a plum mix. Or a plum and a cherry mix. This one here is the Belle of Georgia peach. And then we have 2 more that are called Elberta peaches. The 3rd one's down here. And I thought I saw some peaches on this one. Oh, there they are. Can you guys see it? Right there. I have 2 nectarine trees. This one is called Sun Red. And that one over there is called Snow Queen. And this little guy here is called a soap nut tree. I have 2 of them planted and a couple more in containers. There's some yarrow right behind it. And this here is my banana tree, or plant. What's the name of this one? African Gold? Oh, Golden African. This is the other soap nut tree. Needs some rain, I think. And this banana here tree plant isn't doing as well. I'm hoping it'll come back. But this one is called Ice Cream. We have one orange tree called Paige. It did come when we planted it with 2 oranges on it, and they were best oranges I've ever had. And if you've never smelt the orange blossoms, you are truly missing one of the pleasures in the world. And this little tree is a Loquat. During the winter, a deer came in and stripped all the leaves off of it, but it's coming back now. I'm glad it didn't die. And right here we have a strawberry bed. I do have 2 tomato plants planted in it for this summer. I have planted the strawberry bed 3 times now. Once I purchased bare roots from a nursery. They all died. Second, I purchased bare roots from, where was it? I think it was Lowe's or Walmart. And they all died. But one. That little one there stayed. And then the other 2 were purchased at Walmart or Lowe's, but they're all the same type of strawberries, just so we could have strawberries this year. And this here is asparagus that I planted. I planted 3 giant jerseys and 3 purple something, I can't remember the name now, sorry. And all of them but one came up, so I was really happy with that. Eventually this will be just the asparagus bed, but right now we have a lot of stuff in here. Cabbage, pepper, potatoes, tomatoes over here. These here were radishes that are blooming, and I plan on keeping the seeds. And a couple tomato plants, more radish seeds. These 2 pineapples my neighbor gave me, and they survived all winter, even with that really 2 weeks of cold that we had. The locals say that's the coldest it's been in 7 years. And then these little 2 pots here have what is called ice cream bean. That's what it is, ice cream bean. And it's actually for a warmer tropical area, but I'm going to try it. We had it last winter, and 2 other ones died because of the cold, but these 2 came up after the cold. So I'm hoping that I can keep them alive another winter. And this is our little, basically vegetable garden. There are a few perennials planted in here. I'll show you the perennials in just a few minutes. So right here, these are Blackeyed Susans, and I planted them last summer, and they almost died, and I'm transplanting them back over here in the nice garden flower, and they're really doing good now. Good. I'm studying a lot, sorry. Okay, the other ones are over here, I think. Oh, the garlic chives. That's a perennial. The arugula, this arugula that I grow isn't a perennial, is a perennial. And then right here I have oregano. And, ow, something bit me, sorry. Right here, lemon balm. Sorry about the wind. So that is all for 1 year, our perennial permaculture update that I have for now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to see more, let me know. I forgot to show our blueberries. This one is called Austin. It is supposed to be the early blueberry, but it was the last one to bloom and bear fruit. There's one berry on there. These two are called Briteblue. One's Tifblue, the other one died. And these two here are called Delite. And I think something came in and ate the top off of this, where the berries were. But there's a few over there they didn't get. State update 1 year later. Mailbox, check. Trash pickup and recycle, check. Gutters put in for the driveway. Not gutters. Water was supposed to be here last week. Nobody showed up. Electric has been installed. And we have cleared a lot of the land. Decided where the house is going to go. Just waiting on for tests and approvals to get that started. Actually, we cleared a lot more than what you can see, but now that it's so green and thick, it's hard to see past our first line of clearing. I wanted to show you these huge vines. We cut them off down here on the ground where they were growing, but of course, they're all still hanging in the trees. I hope you can see them. This here's one to show you how big it is. Granted, I don't have really big hands, but still, that's a big vine. And this is our, well, most people call it gray water, but I think here you have to call it recycled water, regenerated water, something like that. And then in here, this large, used to be a pool filter for a commercial pool, has sand on top, gravel on the bottom, so all the gray water goes through that to get cleaned, and then it travels down here into a swell that we created, and this is where I have water loving plants and water cleaning plants. I have a few, just actually 1 or 2 of the water cleaning plants. I need to get some more, but it's a start. We're 4 days short of 1 year off grid when we got our electricity on and started. And yes, we use the compost system for the restroom.